What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Humble Warrior back with you guys with another video. Bon voyage, Eagles fans. Bon voyage, Philadelphia. Time to sit on that Fort couch, huh? And have a good old seat. Get your popcorn, get your whatever you're gonna have. The rest of these playoffs, enjoy the ride like the rest of us. Last night, the Philadelphia Eagles were defeated by the San Francisco 49ers by the final score of 23-19. Jalen Hurts was 20 of 35 for 168 and a touchdown. Saquon had 25 rushes for 111 yards. He also had, I think, 20 receiving yards. I looked up the other stats, but it doesn't really matter about the receiving. A.J. Brown, he had 3 receptions for like 50-some yards. Devontae caught a few. Dallas Goedert caught 2 touchdown passes, if I'm not mistaken. And no, Dallas Goedert caught 1 touchdown pass. I'm sorry. That Jalen Hurts only had 1 touchdown pass. But I looked at Nightcap today, or this morning rather, and Shannon talked about he talked to the Eagles fans about the Eagles, because for some reason every year they think they're gonna keep winning Super Bowls. Like, it's so easy to do. Like, like, hey, we're gonna be there every year. We're gonna be there, bro. How do you get? You forced 2 interceptions, and you still can't get past 20 points. You still can't get to 20, and you got 2 picks, and they were 2 interceptions that gave you the ball on your side of the field. Both turnovers flipped the field position, and you still couldn't score. Start putting the blame where the blame belongs. Do not talk about the offensive coordinator. Do not talk about the goddamn head coach. This is all on your quarterback, because you said, and I got beat over the head so many damn times, I got a giant-sized moral mountain knot on my fucking head about the quarterback, right? Because he gets paid the most to do this and do that. Well, explain to me how is it that Jalen Hurts in the second half threw for 75 yards in the second half? By that math, that man threw for 90-something yards in the first half and 75 yards in the second half. Right? And this is acceptable. This is what you guys are okay with, because you're winning. When you win, you mask everything else, right? The fact that your quarterback is so bad that he's going to throw for 100 yards a game. But when my quarterback did that, the fan base chewed his ass. Hell, you might well say he became turtle soup. They chewed him up, spit him out, threw him up on the ground, stepped on him, stomped on him, incinerated his ass and everything for throwing 100 yards a game. And he ain't even in the postseason, but regular season when he was throwing for 100 yards, he got incinerated. But Philly fans bless off Jalen Hurts' inabilities. They sit there and say, oh, well, he's a winner. Of course I win, hell, if I don't throw the ball. If I don't even attempt to throw the ball, of course I'm going to win most games, because my defense is built to stop anybody else's offense. They have a bend but don't break mentality. However, you saw in the second half, they gave up 14 points. They gave up 2 touchdowns each quarter when it mattered the most. With a minute and some change left in the fourth quarter, they gave a touchdown off a trick play. Right? So it looks to me like Philadelphia has a real bad issue offensively. Will they address it? I don't know. Now, we can blame the OC, because that's what Chad and, other people try to do. The scapegoat has to be somebody else. It can't be the quarterback. It can't be Jalen Hurts. But like Shannon said, if you're going to accept this in a win, why would you not accept it in a loss? Because when they were winning, Jalen Hurts was barely throwing for 100 yards. No problem. We're winning. We're still beating down other teams. We're winning. Yeah, but at what cost? Because your entire offense is mesh. It has no type of substance to it. And if you really think this man is going to continue to play this way and it doesn't become a problem, then you're retarded. And he's in year 6. He's in year 6, correct? Granted, he's made the playoffs every single year. He made the Super Bowl 2 years, won the Super Bowl. But, bro, your quarterback is supposed to be the most influential part of your team. If you can't even get over 100 yards, man, that's a glaring problem. Like, how do y'all not see this? But excused off because, hey, I mean, Jalen is still Jalen, and we know he's going to do it when it matters most. Well, from what I've seen, he hasn't been able to do it at all. And it seems like every single year they're hoping and praying that he'll be able to quote unquote do it. But then when it doesn't come to fruition, not in a full-fledged panic mode, because last night that was your opportunity to shut the door on the 49ers. You had the two interceptions was blew me. You got 2 picks at 2 critical times of the game. One of them from a tip ball, which I don't know why you kept picking on damn Mitchell, but you did. And he made you pay the price. That was too damn tight to make that part. But you picked on him and you paid the price twice. He got you picked off twice. After that, though, it's like Jalen Hurts just, for some reason, he cannot distribute the football. He just can't do it. He has the hardest time. I can't make that one either, sadly. He has the hardest time, like, throwing the football. So now it becomes a point of, well, how do you stop Philadelphia? Easy. You make Jalen Hurts beat you. Don't let Saquon, don't let A.J. Brown, don't let Devontae Smith make Jalen Hurts beat you. And what did the 49ers do? They made Jalen Hurts beat them. Because their defense, without Bosa, said to themselves, hell, if we just get enough attempts out of him, anytime that man throws for 30+ attempts, they don't really win. Anytime. If you keep him below 25 attempts a game, Philadelphia gonna blow you out, because all they're gonna do is use a simple formula. If Saquon can get hot and he goes for 150 yards or whatever, they're gonna blow your ass out. If you keep Jalen Hurts under 25 attempts, you win the game. Because he's not asked to do a whole lot, but when he was asked last night, you saw how bad it looked. Check downs. I think he threw from what I saw, he threw 5 over the middle shots. AJ dropped one of them. He also threw a deep ball that was slightly in front of AJ that he couldn't get to. Other than that, like, if y'all be real with yourselves, how did Jalen really look last night? And don't sit here and be biased, and don't sit here and try to make excuses for the man. The man, this is in year 6. Hell, you're not going. If you're not going to do the same thing for Tua, don't do the same thing for Jalen. Jalen was in the playoffs last night. Tua been at home since the Steelers game. But Jalen was on TV last night. Tell me how he looked. Why is that Philly, with all that talent, all that skill set they got, why can they not beat the 49ers? Funny. Why can they not beat certain teams? And don't sit here and keep talking about the predictable offense, because the quarterback is one of the biggest things out there executing. So if that's the case, if you have better ball delivery, a lot of those boring ass damn plays or routes you have, he can make it better with his delivery. But it don't seem to be the case, does it? Seems like every time they get in a bundle and they look to him, what happens? What happened last night? Could Philly not score 14 points to win that game 33-23? That should have been the final score, if you're going to be real with yourself. They should have blew out the 49ers and moved on to go play Seattle. Right? But instead, they're at home with all of us. But nobody's going to blame Jalen. I just find it funny. I really do, because the quarterback is the number one thing. Even when I said, hey, it ain't all on Tua, because no, yes it is. He makes $56 million a year. He's the quarterback. He's the guy. Well, then, have the same energy for Jalen Hurts. He's the one quarterback in the league nobody tends to point at, even though he's on the most stacked roster in the damn league. People talking about Miami, what they got, they have nothing compared to damn Philadelphia. Philly stacked from the front to the back. They got so much talent, Jalen Hurts can damn take a vacation for 4-5 weeks of the season, come back, and still probably put up 3,000 yards. That's how much talent they got on their team. And what happened with all that talent? They got sent home. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. I don't like to see people lose, but I think that Philly had to lose this game. I'm hoping now it'll force them to actually go look in the mirror, because they got a serious problem. And if you be real with yourself, I mean, seriously, Jalen has to evolve as a player. He must evolve. You cannot continue to play the way he playing and people think that's acceptable. No, because you sit there and you bury Tua Tagovailoa because of the injuries, because of his play, his performance. But Tua steadily evolves every single season. This year was his worst year he's ever had. But I guarantee next year he's gonna come back out and literally drop hammers on people's heads. Because he's gonna force himself to evolve. You have to, otherwise you're gonna get left behind this damn league. That's the way it is. So I know the media pundits today ain't gonna blame Jalen. They're gonna put it all on AJ Brown for the drops. Fair, fine. But when you asked Jalen Hurts to do something in the second half of this game, when you needed him, what did he do? He got you in field goal range 2 times. You scored 6 points in the second half. After putting up 13 in the first half, right? He didn't do shit for you. Put that same energy and fire into his ass that you would put in anybody else. No other quarterback will be getting this type of mercy. And then he threw for 168 yards. Like Bryce Young Saturday threw for 300-some yards. He didn't get blasted, and rightfully so. But if he had threw for 168 yards, Ocho and Shannon finna get in that ass. Then get in Jalen Hurts' ass. Don't omit him because of his play. He played like shit yesterday. Get on him. He deserves it. But anyway, I gotta go, guys. Peace.